So forgot to film the intro. Hey y'all. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For this video, it is a super special video, and I'm sorry that I look all kind of bummy because I totally forgot to film this intro and I was like slacking. I don't know what happened. I am collabing with a good friend of mine, as well as a incredible makeup artist by the name of Chaya B. Check out her channel. It's called Beauty by Chaya B, and I will link it down below along with her collaboration video. So we decided to do a prom kind of themed video. So we each came up with two different makeup looks, a simple one and then a more glamorous one. As you can tell, I got the more glamorous one on. It looked better before, y'all. It's been like at least 7 hours since I filmed this, so I look a little crusty right now, but you know, it's cool. It will look better in the video, so just ignore this right now. I'm gonna show you a simple look and then a more kind of glam, super glammed up, glittery, glitzy look and whatnot, as you can see right here. And I will say, for my simple look, it's simple to me, but I don't, you know me, I like to make things complicated for no reason whatsoever, so it's a little extra, but it's still very much toned down from, yeah, so you'll see, but it's still something very doable. So I hope y'all could forgive me for being extra. But anyway, so definitely check out Chaya's look. I will link it right here in this little I button or whichever side it shows up, as well as down below, as well as subscribe to her channel and follow her on her social media. She can be found also on Instagram, and I'll also link her IG down below, so you can check her out on there. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell button 1212, you know, when you want to get notified for when I put out new content, which is each and every week. And I love you all. Keep on watching if you want to see how I create these two looks. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so I'm starting off with a prepped and primed face, and then I'm gonna just go into my brows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in the color Chocolate. And just to give you all a heads up, I'm not going to focus too much on my regular routine, which is brows and foundation, as I use the same products, as you all will know. But anyway, so just going to go into my NYX micro brow pencil in the color Brunette. Yes, that's what it is. I've been calling it Espresso, but it's not. And then, of course, I've already put on my foundation, or my concealer, LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn and Dark Chocolate. And of course the set, a little too much. I put a little too much of, you know, my Sacha Buttercup on there just to set my concealer. Now I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place palette, and this is the Nubian 2 using Madagascar. I'm just going to put that in the inner corners, or rather in my crease. So I just kind of blend that in as my transition color. And then I'm going to go back into that same palette, again, Nubian 2 palette, and use Morocco. And I'm going to just kind of blend that out using another fluffy brush. Now I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, and I'm going to take this color Giza as well as Dahia. And of course, I'm going to put that using a flat definer brush. I'm going to put that on my brow bone just to kind of highlight under my brows. And then I'm going to go into that Masquerade palette and take the color Cairo. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that into the outer corners, working my way in. And then just kind of blend everything out. And then I take that and just gently sweep it across my lids. And then I'm going into the Masquerade palette and grabbing Burkina. And I'm just going to use a flat brush, a flat shaded brush, and just pat that onto my lids. And then using another flat brush, I'm going to take Morocco again. And then just kind of pat that on there. So this is definitely a lot of different colors we're using, but we're focusing on just these two palettes. And honestly, y'all, I would say that you probably don't need as much, but really just kind of a neutral color, and I wanted mine to kind of stand out a little bit. So I take Nefertiti, which is from the Nubian 2 palette, and then I just kind of pack that on just to kind of bring out a little bit of a shimmer, a little glow, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll take Nairobi, also from the Nubian 2 palette. And then I just kind of put that, focusing that on the center of my lids to add a bit of a highlight. And then I just take a fluffy brush and blend those colors all together so that I have sort of a seamless finish. And then now I'm going to add a little bit more highlight in the center using Zuri. And I'm taking just a flat definer brush. I like to use flat definer brushes because I feel like they just kind of pack on the color, especially for the center of my lids. I don't know what it is about it, but I just feel like they're such a great multi-purpose brush. But anyway, so I just put that color on the center and then of course blend with a fluffy brush. And then now we're gonna get some color up in here because the girl's really excited about this color real quick. So I'm taking Cleopatra and I'm just taking a flat eye shading brush and I'm just sweeping that across the outer corners of my lids and creating kind of a cat wing, a little bit of a winged effect. So just kind of starting from a corner and then sweeping it in as if I'm applying like liner or whatnot. And I'm just literally, y'all, just packing on that color because I am obsessed with this blue. I've been wanting to use this. And so that's what makes it a little extra. I could literally just kind of keep it like a neutral palette. But of course, you know, y'all, I need color in my life. So I just add that on. And then I go ahead and just take my fluffy brush and blend everything in. And then again into the Nubian 2, I'm taking Zuri and then just putting that in the inner corners of my eye. And I think I actually add some more later on, as you'll see, but we'll get to that part. But yeah, so you can honestly stop here if you don't really, you know, like a cat line or a mascara. But I went ahead, of course, because I'm extra, and added some wing liner using the NYX matte liquid liner. And I just went ahead and just put some tape on. This is a really great trick, y'all, and I feel like I need to incorporate this more because I got some shaky hands, y'all. So this definitely comes in handy when I'm doing my wing. So in the Nubian 2, I'm taking the color Yeah, and I have to say it like that, y'all. And I am applying that right under my waterline. And I also carried a bit of that Cleopatra, as you'll see, at the edge of my waterline. So take a little bit of Zuri and then adding that to the inner corners. So you can stick to mascara, but of course I'm extra, so I had to use lashes. These are the Eyelure Exaggerate lashes in the number 143. And then I'm just kind of zipping past this part. This is just my foundation and contour, which I do have a video, a more detailed video on how I do that. But I do think it's time for an update. So let me know if you all want to see an updated routine. I will link my my foundation routine in the description box below, so you can see that. But I'm definitely happy to do a more detailed, updated routine for you. So just putting on some blush and whatnot, and now I got my Flexitarian highlighter by Colourpop. I'm just gonna sweep that across with the fan brush. And then, y'all, I'm obsessed with this color, NYX's Cinnamon Roll. This is like the super intense butter gloss. I don't know, extraordinaire. It's like my favorite nude, and it's the best. So I go ahead and set everything in, and bam, I am simplified as much as I can simplify. I can probably do this more simpler, but I definitely think this is just more of like a toned down look with a little bit of a pop of color. So simple glam. All right, so moving on to the more glamorous, more exaggerated look with some glitter, glitz, and glam. I'm going to be working in my Masquerade palette for the most part, and I'm using the color Zulu. And I'm going to carry that into my crease. And as you can see, I already have my brows done and concealer done for, you know, whatnot, for primer and whatnot. So I'm just going to kind of skip ahead and focus on eyes. So just again, carrying this into my crease as my transition color. And then again, in the Masquerade palette, I'm using Ada. And I'm going to kind of darken up my crease a little bit and make it a little bit deeper. And now I'm going to use the color Zobo, and I'm going to just add that, pack that into the outer corners of my eyes, and just really kind of sweep that across, but really concentrated it in the outer corners. And still blending away. So yeah, definitely gonna blend a lot of this. because we really want that glitter to pop, so not too much on the transition, but of course I'm extra, so I added a little bit of Cairo, just to kind of add a little bit of a shimmer into my crease, and really again focusing on the outer corners and warming that up. And then now I'm going to take Dahia as well as a little bit of Giza, and of course put that using a flat definer brush, put that onto my brow bone. And then of course now I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn, and I'm using a concealer brush, a small detailed concealer brush, and I'm carefully, oh so carefully, just cutting my crease. So just starting from the inner corners of my eye and working my way up, and I'm kind of creating a new crease, if that makes sense. So I'm drawing right above my natural crease, so that when my eyes are, you know, open or looking straight ahead, you can still see the color and the glitter and everything. So definitely a great idea to use concealer as kind of like a primer for eyeshadow as well as glitter. Well, I mean, you probably want glitter glue, but it's also a really great primer in general to start off with. And it makes things like more precise and, you know, really cut. Because before I used to try to do it with like eyeshadow. There's a old video on my channel where I try to show you all how I did a cut crease, and I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work out. But yeah, so that right there I'm proud of. So now moving on, I'm using Star Crushed Minerals. I believe, I can't remember the name of this, but I will put this in the description below as to the specific color, but it's more of like a rose gold color. Now, I will say that it did show up like super orangey on camera, which I wasn't too happy about, but that's the original color. As you can see, it's like definitely like a warm rose gold color. So yeah, I'm kind of like annoyed that it like looked super like orange, but it's cool. So yeah, I'm just kind of putting a little bit of glitter glue first, and then I lightly pack on kind of in you know, sections. I put on the glitter and whatnot, and just make my way to the outer corners of my eye. Ooh man, I'm making a mess. Don't know how to be neat. That's the one thing I gotta work on for 2017, y'all. Learn how to be neat. Keep it in between the lines, yo. But anyway, so I'm just kind of slowly packing that on, and then of course I'm just gonna take my little brush here and just brush away the flyaways. And then now I'm gonna take, what's this color? Calabar. There we go. Thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that and just kind of put that on the outer corners of my crease. And looking back at this, I will always like kind of, you know, give myself some feedback. But I would say that maybe I wouldn't do this. I would probably just stick to just the glitter all throughout. But I did kind of like this idea of like a continuation of that pop of color wing liner, if that makes sense. So I did want to kind of follow that, but you know, I don't think this really needed it. Anyway, so I took some Giza and I put that inside of my inner corner, and then taking Casablanca, I'm going to put that under my waterline. And this, Jess was over at this point, and she was distracting me, but it's cool. So if you see me talking, I'm talking to her. I ain't talking to myself, I promise. And of course, I'm going to take that NYX liquid matte liner. And then I'm just going to carefully draw on my wing liner. And then my favorite lashes, the Huda Beauty Scarlet No. 8 lashes. According to Jess, this is Scarlettita, double T's. And while that dries, I go ahead and just apply my rest of my foundation and contour. And then once I finish that, then I go ahead and carefully and shakily apply my lashes. And of course, using my Maybelline Falsies and Colossal Lash, I just blend my lashes in and work on my bottom lashes, making them extra. Let me say extra one more time. I don't know. I feel like y'all are gonna get me. But yeah, so I just go ahead and work on my lashes and really plump them up and make them really nice and spiky. And then I'm gonna just take a little bit of this pinky color in my ABH Cosmetics Smokey Palette, and just use it as blush, and Jess will not stop making me laugh, so I do apologize, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of blush that out. And also I tend to carry my blush down. I'm very old school. I like my face a little bit, you know, red and, you know, doll baby face or whatever. But yeah, and then of course taking the Flexitarian, I'm just gonna put that on the bridge of my nose, my little button, as well as my cupid's bow, and of course my cheeks. And then of course that intense butter gloss, that is the best. Just anytime you have some extreme eyes going on, just use this, y'all, because this is a really good like nude to kind of neutralize everything and not make it too much. And I'll go ahead and spritz away, and I am complete, even though I'm still laughing. So yep. All right, here we go. So this is the completed look. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. This was so much fun to create and whatnot. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.